Well, we had Alexei Miller, of course,
Yeah.
who was here, who has written on this whole this topic. So at any rate, he was certainly representing, shall we say, the other view, the other point of view. And there were some, as I recall, rather heated exchanges between some of the scholars there, which was fine. I mean, at least it didn't break out in fisticuffs. I think people on both sides came away thinking that they had more to think about. I think especially I recall a conversation with him myself where he definitely was somewhat concerned about some of the evidence that was coming out in support of a rather early distinction of Ukrainian from the other East Slavic languages and Polish that he needed to figure out how to counter. But so yes, I mean the other side, so to speak, was definitely represented. We had, since we were actually covering all of the periods of Ukrainian linguistic history, of course there were more people who were working in that area. But we by no means essentially avoided talking about or not inviting people who represented the Russian point of view.
And also, if I may add, what was important was to have not just, there was Russian, there was Ukrainian, but were other languages as well, because I think that one has to evade a one-to-one confrontation. It's like Russian or Ukrainian, Russian versus Ukrainian, because the word is much more complex than that. And to reduce it to a confrontation between two actors, it is it happens, it is a reality, but generally it's not a good reality. So the idea of having, for example, examples of other reversal of status of a dominant language, because we had the Baltic case, we had the French-Canadian case. For example, how Montreal, who was an English-speaking city, became a French-speaking city in the 1960s and 70s, basically, and with what laws and effect and impact. And now that is by enriching the spectrum of languages that are used to study and also to be practiced, it's a good thing, because I think that the old Soviet strategy, for example, in the Soviet Union there were dozens, scores of languages. And the Soviet strategy was to confine each language in a cage in which this language confronted Russian. And so this was many cages in which the two languages conflicted, and it was like everybody was a prisoner in this situation. And instead the idea is precisely to evade this binary confrontations and to open up, as I was saying. And I think this conference was good also in that it opened up from this point of view. That is, it helped Ukrainians see that it's just not the relation with Russia. For me, for example, today in Ukraine, the relation with English is crucial. So there is an English question in Ukraine as well, not just a Russian question.